Well, my name is Natalia Gomez. I'm a lawyer. I specialized in constitutional law, and I work with Asociación Ambiente y Sociedad. This is an NGO that seeks to promote changes in environmental regulations and the protection of human rights in Colombia. So, until now, we have seen that Colombia has a very strong commitment to achieve like a binding accord here in Paris. That's very important for us because Colombia is one of the most vulnerable countries to climate change because of its big biodiversity and the geographic conditions that it has. But also what we have seen is that there is kind of an incoherence between what the president announced here in Paris on Monday in the high-level event and what is happening back in Colombia.
What does Colombia at the moment, your president Juan Manuel Santos is trying to strike an agreement, a peace agreement with the FARC after some, I think, almost half a century of conflict. What could that mean for Colombia's environmental regulations and its climate policy?
Yeah, I think that what Colombia is living now is an historical point because we're in the point where we can finalize our conflict, an internal conflict that has been for over 50 years, and that's huge for us. I think there is a good way, and the president has been leading that very well. And I think it's good that he recognizes that the war and the armed conflict has a lot of implications for environment. That's a good point. But we also need that the internal politics in Colombia, the policies, the regulations, are being done towards climate change and sustainable development.
Is there an argument that when there is more access to parts of the jungle, when more of the country becomes truly secure, will that lead to more deforestation and farming and other things that are bad for the environment?
Yeah, I don't think that if the country gets more secure, it's going to be like there is going to be more access to the things that you said. But I think that the politics of the president and the country has been to open up the country to
so the agricultural lobby, for example.
Lobby and for foreign investment, especially in oil, carbon, coal exploitation, and that is not very good when you don't have a very strong environmental policy and when you don't have the capacity to make sure that all the companies can fulfill all the requirements, all the environmental requirements. So that's...
Okay. And just finally, are there many Colombians at the COP? Is there a big NGO presence here?
There are not many Colombians at the COP. I think that's like a failure. We don't have a lot of presence here, but there is a lot of young people that is starting to see climate change as a very important issue, and they are here. Here is the Colombian movement of youth against climate change that I think they are doing very important things to taking information here and reproduce that information in Colombia. But we don't have like a very strong presence of CSOs here, and we have been trying to contact the government to see some of their positions, but we didn't have many response. So.
Natalia, thanks very much. We'll leave it there.